In today's satisfying video, I'm excited to share with you an idea that challenged me and inspired me. And I hope to challenge and inspire you too. Stay tuned. So I'm sitting here tonight contemplating a conversation I had earlier today with a friend. And this conversation really got stuck in my mind, and it really inspired me. It inspired me to look at my life in a different way, in a way that I hadn't looked at it in a long time. And frankly, it inspired me to make this next video. And so I want to share that with you and hopefully pass on some of the inspiration I got from my friend to you. Some of this wisdom and some of this just good advice. I want to pass it on because, as you may recall, I myself am also on a journey. I definitely do not have things handled or figured out. I just want to encourage and help others on their journey as well, and journey alongside you. And so I'm going to talk about what this friend of mine talked about. So she listened to this video, this last video of mine that I made before this. And in that video, I talked about how passive I was, how I sat back and hoped that things would happen to me, and really spoke strongly about taking charge of your own life, of making your own choices, of owning your own decisions, of making a plan of how to get from point A to point Z. But she came along and listened to this video, and she had something really interesting to say. She was like, "Stu, you know what I kept hearing in this? I kept hearing how much regret you feel in your life and how much sorrow." And I was like, yeah, I do have a lot of regret in my life. And do you know what this friend of mine told me? She said, "Stu, I think you need to try to forgive yourself. Yes, maybe you made a lot of bad decisions. Maybe you had a mindset that wasn't healthy or wasn't good. But beating yourself up about it doesn't do any good, does it? You need to forgive yourself and move on." And I've really been thinking about that. And thinking about this concept of forgiving myself. It's hard. It is not easy, because if you're anything like me, one of the harshest critics you have is yourself. You have that voice in your head that always tells you that you're a failure, that always tells you the mistakes and reminds you of the things that you did to mess things up in your life in one form or fashion. And I definitely struggle with that. I am one who, even if everyone around me is telling me what a good job I'm doing, I won't believe them. I will think that I am still messing up. I don't know if you can identify with that, but that's how I think and that's how I believe. And this idea of forgiving myself is really, really hard. It's not something that's easy, but as I'm thinking about it, I think it's something that is so very important, because I think that one of my problems is I sabotage my own success. It seems like there's been different times in my life where I have approached success on different types of things, whether it's career or relationship or money or whatever, however you want to measure that success, and I have sabotaged myself. I think maybe, at least for me, the reason for that sabotage is because I really don't believe that I deserve it. I think deep down in my heart, I believe that I don't deserve the good things in life. I don't deserve success. I don't deserve happiness, even though that's what I want. I think underneath everything, I believe that I don't deserve that. And if I believe that I don't deserve that, then of course I regret and I think about all the mistakes I've made, and I hit myself over the head with things. Can I step outside of myself and forgive myself for what I've done in the past, for the mistakes I've made, for how I have messed things up in my life? And it's not something that I can just do at the snap of fingers, but as I'm thinking about it, wow, just imagine the freedom that we could have if we really forgave ourselves. And I think this ties into just loving ourselves, accepting who we are as people. And I think that if we can accept ourselves, if we can actually love ourselves, and a great sign of love is forgiveness. Imagine how free we could be to move forward, to not sabotage ourselves. I don't know how this works yet, but I'm kind of excited because for the first time in a long time, I've really been challenged to do this. I thought I've moved on. I've done a lot of self-analysis and journaling and counseling and all kinds of things. I'm not sure how much I've really tried to just forgive myself. I'm not sure what that's going to look like. There's just a ring of truth to it to me. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that forgiving yourself is possible or that it's a good thing? Let me know in the comments below. So to my friend who was brave enough and courageous enough to be honest with me, to give me some honest feedback about that last video, to say, Stu, it sounds like you're really hard on yourself. It sounds like you need to forgive yourself. I want to thank you because you have really stirred something in me I haven't felt for a while, and I want to hold on to that. So thank you, friend, for being brave enough to speak this truth into me. So for anyone listening, I want to pass this on. What do you think about self-forgiveness, about forgiving yourself? Is that a good thing? I think it is. I think nothing but good can come from it. The question is how. But I want to encourage you and inspire you to think about this question. Think about the mistakes you've made, and is it something you can forgive? If someone else made those mistakes, is that something you would forgive? That's an interesting question. I hope that through this forgiveness of self, that my tomorrow can become better than today. And I hope by passing this on, that somehow your tomorrow also can be better than your today. Take care. The content in this video was licensed by other YouTubers as Creative Commons. If you own any of the content in this video and did not agree to share this content under Creative Commons, please contact me. I have also provided a list of source channels below.